Good morning. So nice to have you join us today. Are you smiling? We are, because spring is here. The warm weather brings all those cute outfits for the kids in your lives. Easter clothes, beach clothes, weekends at the lake clothes, and the Rhea Lana consignment sale is the place to find the great looks without the high price tags. Emily Darris is back on the show. She brings the sale to town every year, and this year is no exception. So good to see you.
Good to see you too, Julie.
We were trying to do the math earlier, and we think it's 7 or 8 years now that you've been doing this.
Yeah. I think we're going into our 7th year, which is wild.
So part of the charm, I think, of your consignment sale, and we'll give people the particulars, is that as you're shopping, not only are you helping your own family and your own pocketbook, but you're really giving back to the community at the same time.
It's such a big give back. So you are paying for these items. What you're paying, at least 60 to 70% of that goes back into the pocket of the consignor. So this is helping 300 to 400 different families in the community put money back in their budget to purchase things for their kids for the upcoming season, for upcoming sports, summer camps, all the things. So it's a huge give back in that regard. But then at the end, we also have this amazing moment where we open the shop free for all the foster families in the community in the tri-state area to come out, and anything that's left over in the store, they get to shop for free, and there's no cost to anything in the store at that point.
Okay, the sale itself runs a series of days. Is it April 6th? Is that when it starts?
Yeah, so it starts on April 6th through the 10th. That's for the public, so no tickets required during that time. But if you want to shop first, we do have pre-sale on Friday night, April the 4th, from 5 to 9 p.m. There's 2 different ticket times during that time. So you have the earliest tickets at 5 p.m. and the secondary tickets at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And those typically sell out pretty fast. We are almost sold out of the 5 p.m. slot.
Wow.
Yeah, but people want to pay a little extra so that they can get there first and get those items first, because you think about it, we'll have roughly 50,000 items in the store, but what comes in, that's it.
Right.
It's done.
It's also high quality. By the way, this happens every year at Northgate Mall. So parking, I think, is part of the charm, because it's easy to park and then come on in.
Yeah, super easy. And we're going to be at the former Burlington Coat Factory over at Northgate Mall. So
that's a great location.
Yeah, it's a great location. Very open, very lit well.
Let's talk about what you have then. You mentioned the 50,000 items
it's a lot.
that are there, and then I mentioned the high quality. So it is like those specialty outfits, Easter clothes and that type of thing that you can spend a lot of money on. Sometimes these have price tags on them still.
Yeah, we have a lot of items that still have price tags. You think about those mamas, you go out or you go online and you shop for upcoming events, and then maybe you shop 2 or 3 months ahead of time. Well, by the time you go to put it on your child, they've had a growth spurt. Right. So you have all of these clothes left in your closet that have price tags, but now it's too late to take them back. So we have a lot of mamas who consign those items for sure.
You have toys?
Lots of toys. Toys, big items, big baby gear, furniture, books, puzzles, games, homeschooling material.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, anything and everything you can think of that you might need, from pregnancy through sending your kid away for college.
So it does go through those teenage years.
Yeah.
And we're a name brand community.
Yeah.
But you'll find everything there, probably, I'm guessing, from items from Target to Lilly Pulitzer.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, if you are a mom who wants to get your kids dressed right for church and for those more important functions, we have that stuff. But then also, if you're a mom who wants to buy items for a little bit less money for those play clothes that they're going to tear up and get dirty, we also have that stuff that you can get real cheap.
I remember when my girls were little and I would go to things like this, and I loved it because summer camp was coming up, or just going outside and playing hide and go seek in the neighborhood was coming up, and you don't want to have to be frustrated when there's a grass stain that you can't get out.
Absolutely.
And that allowed it for me. It was great.
And speaking of grass stains, we also have a huge section of sports clothing and equipment.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if you are a ball mom, you need to check that area out, because I know that stuff can get really, really pricey. So if you want to come shop with us, we're gonna get you out of there with very little cash spent.
I want to come back to the give back part of it,
Yeah.
because I know you talked about the opportunity the foster families have to shop, but then there are specific organizations in town that you kind of give back to. Is that done through the ticketed event on the night
So
of the
no,
pre-sale?
we, at the very end of the event, after consigners come pick up the items that didn't sell that they wanted to take back home, then we typically have 8,000 to 10,000 items left on the store floor, still on the racks and everything, and that's what the foster families shop from. And
Okay.
again, I say shop kind of lightly because they're not going to pay anything for any of the items that they put
choose.
in their buggy. They choose what they need for their foster children or for any foster children that might be headed their way soon. So they keep
Okay.
a little closet.
But then like the Tennessee Baptist Children's Home,
Yes.
how are they benefited?
So after the foster families shop the racks for that 2-hour time period, once they're out of the store, then Tennessee Baptist Home for Children, they come in and they help us box up the rest of the items that are on the racks.
Okay.
And listen, these people are amazing. They have several sweet volunteers that come to their lot over there on Lee Highway, and they look through all the boxes, which it's like a whole box truck full of stuff. And they go through those items and they decide, what can we use here for our families, and what can we siphon off to different organizations throughout Chattanooga, North Georgia, and North Alabama.
So it is a full 360 experience.
Absolutely.
And all you have to do is clear your calendar for one day or a few days. The fun begins, free part of it, April 6th and runs through the 10th.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you want to get your ticket while they're still available for that event on April 4th, just go to chattanooga.rhealana.com. Is that right?
That's right.
And we'll see you at Northgate Mall, the old Burlington Coat Factory location.
Hello, Dr. Bragg with Bragg Weight Loss. Those of you that have been struggling with weight all your lives, don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault. It's hormones, hormones, hormones. You live in fat storage hormone dominance. We can correct that.
Since 1979, we have proudly been serving the Chattanooga community.